Why is it so hard to find a job in the UK right now? Oh my god.
Is anyone else in the depths of hell right now? If you're in the UK trying to look for a job.
How much stress and the period of mental anguish that I went through in trying to find a job.
Is it me? Is it really hard to get a job at the moment? My close friends have been applying for months now, hundreds of applications, and only a certain amount of people get back to them, like a handful, 5 to 10 people, what companies say.
Can someone explain what's going on? I've applied on Indeed, on LinkedIn, CV Library, and I'm not, I can't get a job. Like, what's going on, guys?
2025 presents the toughest job market in decades.
It's like they're doing it on purpose, don't want us to get some jobs or something, I don't know.
When you're applying for jobs, they are expecting you to have all these NASA degrees, but they're only willing to pay you like a Tesco part-time, like, shelf stacker. How does that work?
Like, we'll apply for 20 jobs one day, get rejected, 20 jobs the next day, you get rejected. You might get a few interviews here and there, but it's just like, you know, putting all your eggs in one basket because you're hoping on this one and it just doesn't go through.
Honestly, at this point, I don't think I actually have any more fucks to give.
So the IC released a report saying that about on average 140 applications per role were being submitted in the UK. That has been the highest in the last 30 years.
Guys, the future of the UK job market is cooked right now, and every student I speak to is kind of worried about it.
When people say that the job market is hard, it's when they're talking about like an actual job with a degree.
It's an employer's market right now, meaning they have the bargaining strength and the power to make decisions. There are more people looking for jobs than there are employers hiring.
It is tough out here. It is tough. The frustration level is different. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Welcome back to Brit Rants, where we say what everyone's thinking, but no one on morning TV will admit. Let's talk about work, or rather, what's left of it. Because right now, Britain's job market is absolutely cooked. People are applying for hundreds of jobs and not even getting a rejection email. Graduates are working in coffee shops with £50,000 in debt. Qualified workers are being offered exposure instead of pay. And the only thing that's booming? Unpaid internships and side hustles. They told us if we worked hard, we'd build a life. Instead, we're building CVs that lead nowhere. While rents climb, bills explode, and wages sit frozen in 2010. This isn't a skills issue. It's not a motivation issue. It's a system issue, one where effort doesn't equal opportunity anymore. So hit that subscribe button, because today on Brit Rants, we're asking the question no one in power wants to answer. If the UK economy's doing fine, then why are so many people working harder and still falling behind?
Can someone please explain to me why in the UK right now, like in the job system, that when you're applying for jobs, they are expecting you to have all these NASA degrees, but they're only willing to pay you like a Tesco part-time, like, shelf stacker? How does that work? As a prime example, I was just about to apply for this job, a trainee position job, because I thought, well, I've got no knowledge. I've only got really my degree, what I've done, which is basically level 3, like, college. And they were like, you must have a BA honours. You must have this, like, 5 years experience. And I was like, anyone who's got that is not going to go for your £22,000 a year job. They're not going to go for it. How are you meant to get experience, especially even if you're going to do a trainee position, if they don't give you an opportunity, but you're expecting them to have experience, come to this job so you don't have to train them and pay them next to fuck all.
Why the fuck is it so hard to get a job in this economy, bruv? Unless you go to the interviews, they expect you to be the sickest guy. Like, I'll go to the interview at McDonald's, the minimum I have to do to get a job is, oh, hello, I cured world hunger.
Yeah. Oh, peace. Oh, peace. I solved that, yeah. Oh, degrees?
I've got 7 degrees. Like, these places want you to be the most overqualified, and they ask for experience. You are the experience. What are they getting? I used to walk in for a McDonald's application, right? I was like Andrew Tate. Do you know what they asked me? They said if I can have anything from the menu when I wait for the interview. I asked for water. I am the most Sigma man. I'm sitting there in the interview like this. Oh, do you want anything? Oh, can I just have a cup of water? And they say, oh, do you want a Big Mac or anything? No, water. Professionalism
To a T. How do I not get the job?
What are they expecting me to do with these stupid... And they ask you stupid questions. The question asks you nothing to do with the job. We're making chips here. So, what do you bring? What do you feel like you'll bring to the team?
How can you help us in a team leadership role? Mates!
We're just cooking chips. What do you need? What do you need from me? Yes, I have a company I own McDonald's. Yes, I'm a large shareholder in the McDonald's Corporation. I love it. Like, this is stupid. I just can't get a job. And they said, the youth these days don't want jobs. They don't want jobs. Yes, they do. They do, because they just don't let you have them. Like, walk into Sports Direct. Right, the piss easy job. And they're asking me bullshit questions. It's Sports Direct. We just sit around.
Put some shoes. Oh, wait, what size shoe do you want? I'll get that for you. And they still denied me.
What are they expecting? Experience? Why do you need experience to make chips? Or work at Sports Direct?
Or we literally just, would you want the Ronaldo shirt? Well, let me find it. Well, what experience do you need?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm 17 years old, but I actually have 20 years of experience in business management, yes, and economics. I invented economics, yes, you know what I mean? I kind of invented economics, you know what I mean? Do you know the Wall Street crash? I got them running up again, you know what I mean? Just because I'm that type of guy. Like, what do they want from you? It's stupid. It's stupid, honestly. The youth these days don't want jobs. Jobs don't want us, bruv. Jobs don't want us, bruv. And some of these listings just won't make sense. I'll be like, beginner cleaning position. Beginner cleaning position. I'll apply. Minimum experience, 1 year.
What?
Beginner. And they ask 1 year minimum.
Who do they think they are?
Well, they wonder why everyone's just selling bud now. They wonder why everyone in their nan's become a little clothes seller or a bud seller, whatever. I'm gonna start dealing. I'm gonna have to shout, man, because there's nothing available. At least, indeed, I've got 70 applied to, and I have 2 interviews. And then I come to the interview, I waffle my heart out. I'm like, yes, I love community. Customer service, that's my middle name. And then they still say no.
Is anyone else in the depth of hell right now? If you're in the UK trying to look for a job, I feel for you. Unless you're having more luck than me. I'm supposed to have an interview this morning. They emailed me saying, can we push it back till this afternoon? I said, yeah, fine. Luckily, I had the day free. 3 emails I've sent them. 3 emails, and I've had nothing back about rearranging. It's now 4 o'clock, so I'm guessing it's not going to be today, but it would have been nice to have been informed. Any recruiters out there want to help me out? I'm looking for community work around London, environmental work, outreach, community outreach, communications, engagement, operations, anything. Please help me. I'm really skilled and adaptable and
This tweet says, I just want an internship, man. And the question is, do you receive free school meals in secondary school? If no, why? And this is another example of how bad employers are when it comes to filtering out candidates. They're asking questions like this to pin you as a profile of someone so they can tick a lot of boxes. Rather than hiring based on skills and experiences, they're doing things like this to try and tick a box when it comes to social responsibility. And they're having to put through students loads and loads of questions just to eventually get rejected at interviews or not even get an interview in the first place. And it just goes to show how flawed the UK job market is and the entire recruitment system is. Because it makes it impossible for young people to get hired and get into a role because there's questions like this floating around in interview processes. I think what needs to change is skills and experience-based recruitment. Keep it really, really simple. Do you have the experience and the skills to do this job? Yes or no? They should not be asking questions like this or about your race or your sexuality. They should just keep it down to who is good for the job. Now, this might be controversial, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, but I think this is appalling.
Is it me? Is it really hard to get a job at the moment? My close friends have been applying for months now. Hundreds of applications, and only a certain amount of people get back to them, like a handful, 5 to 10 people, what companies say. So this is just for customer service based roles as well, and they're asking for uni degrees, questionnaires to fill out, phone call interviews, these are different stages, and an in-person interview with 2 people interviewing them. Just for a customer service job. This is only for an £11 an hour at the moment, and there's only 1 position going. It's just mad how hard it is to get a job in the UK right now. So luckily I'm quite fortunate not to do interviews anymore, but watching my close friends trying to get a job drives me mad for the amount of stuff that you need for certain roles. When you just need money and you're going for a customer service role, it's just mad. So whoever's looking for a job now, I feel for you, because the job market at the moment and getting a job is absolutely insane in the UK.
I know someone who graduated my master's program 3 years ago, my roommate, literally 3 years ago, or maybe 2 years ago. And she said everyone in her program who wanted a job, instead of continuing academics or whatever else, was employed within 1 month. 1 month. 1 month. Now, I think in a program of like 50 people, maybe 10 of us have jobs, like maybe 10. And of those 10, those tend to be British people who went to like Oxford or Cambridge, who are incredibly well connected, posh. And the other ones have returned to their home countries and done jobs that they were already doing before, or, you know, something like that. Like there's very few that have gotten a job just, you know, out of thin air, as one might say. So if you're also on the job hunt, like, it's tough out there, and don't be too hard on yourself, because genuinely we have to survive this economy and this job market together. Like I just got a job at a pub. I'm continuing my freelance work, and I'm not ashamed of it, because I genuinely don't know how anyone is getting a job right now. If you know, let me know. Appreciate it. Drop a comment.
Yo, listen, the UK job market will frustrate you on a whole different level. Yo, if you're on the market looking for a new job, just know it's going to be a bit up. It's going to be painful. It's going to be painful, because I'm out here pumping out application on a daily basis, to the point that I'm having to then create a job tracker, because I'm losing count to the amount of jobs. Before, I always kind of be very targeted, with the jobs I'm applying for. But now I'm just pumping application out on a daily basis, and you might not even hear pip. You might just get an automated message saying, "Oh, sorry, we're not going to proceed with your application." You hardly ever hear from an individual. It is tough out here. It is tough. The frustration level is different. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Guys, excuse how I'm looking. I just came from the gym, but I just wanted to say, like, what's wrong with the job market? Please, like, can someone explain what's going on? I've applied on Indeed, on LinkedIn, CV Library, and I'm not I can't get a job. Like, what's going on, guys? But when I do apply, all I'm getting is, unfortunately, you've not made it to the next stage. Like, you know, what? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I've got decent experience. My CV is good. Like, everything's blessed. But I know people that have been unemployed for like a year as well. I've only been unemployed for 2 months. That's the thing is, like, when you're unemployed, you're just thinking, like, oh yeah, life is good. Like, I'm just chilling. Until it gets to the point where you're trying to shout your friends that everyone's at work. And it gets to the point where even being at home gets boring and you want something to do. Hence why I need a job now. Like, if you're hiring, let me know. I'm available to start. Like, I need a job, guys. Please help me. Help me, please. I need a job.
Are you, or someone that you know, wondering why it's so challenging to find graduate jobs here in the UK at the moment? Well, you're not alone. 2025 presents the toughest job market in decades. With the number of vacancies down by over a third over the last 12 months, and the number of applicants per role at record highs, it's tough out there. So what is actually going on? Why is competition this fierce? Well, here's 3 key reasons as to why. First of all, we have the overqualification crisis. So this 2024 OECD report shows that England ranks first amongst all of the developed world when it came to overqualification metrics. Secondly, we have rising business costs. So everyone knows about the inflation that we've been seeing recently, and that simply means that businesses have to watch their expenses, and often entry-level jobs are the first to be cut. And thirdly, we have AI. Automation has reached the level where entry-level positions are starting to have some of their tasks automated away. And that simply means there's less graduate jobs out there. So if you're navigating this tough job market and you could benefit from some career guidance, then I offer one-on-one sessions on my website. Check them out.
I don't get the UK. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? I just graduated in the UK a few months ago, right? And then I'm not looking for a job. Everywhere I go looking for a job, they tell me you need 3 or 2 years experience of working. Where the fuck am I gonna get that experience? Are you guys mad? Because, hello? It's like they're doing it on purpose. Don't want us to get some jobs or something. I don't know. I just graduated and you're telling me 1, 2, 3 years experience. That's why you guys should take interns or something. I don't know, because this is freaking crazy. So guys, I'm looking for a job. Anyone in the UK that's hiring, please hire me. I did study business administration, okay? I've got honors in business administration, so please hire me. I want to do digital marketing or something related to that, you know? So please, UK, if someone in the UK is looking for someone to do digital marketing, please hire me right now. And I'm very good at it.
So I found a job now, but when I was looking, I had the most ridiculous experience. I went for this like dream job, right? I had a call with a recruiter. The recruiter was happy. She got me to send through a task, like an example of my work, sent through. Then I went in the next week, I had an in-person interview and I also had to create a presentation, like strategy for this brand, right? Went in, did the interview, did the presentation. Then I had another in-person interview the following week, right? So what's that, like 4 or 5 rounds? It was 2 in-person interviews, 1 phone interview and 2 tasks, okay? And then I got a call from the recruiter saying that, oh, they've actually decided to put the position on hold. Not only did they not hire me, they didn't hire anyone. That was hours and hours of prep and doing tasks for literally no reason. And if that doesn't describe exactly what it's like looking for a job at the moment, I don't know what does.
I don't think I've come on here and actually told you guys how much stress and the period of mental anguish that I went through in trying to find a job last year. Because, okay, I left my summer job at the end of August last year. So from September all the way to March, job searching. But not any ordinary, hey. I applied to Greg's like 1,000 times. That's probably an underestimate. Did you get it? 1,000 times. I applied to Primark, I applied to Leon, I applied to KFC, I applied to Burger King. I got so desperate, I even applied to McDonald's and they didn't even get back to me. I applied to was it Co-op? I applied everywhere. And everywhere was just, the only place where I managed to get interviews was Greg's, but I wasn't successful in the interviews. Guys, it got so desperate, I had to start making a job walk. A job walk is basically selecting restaurants in your area and creating a trail, going to each one of those restaurants along the route and asking them if they have employment. I went to so many of them in the freezing cold. No wonder why my seasonal slump was so bad last year. No job, walking in the cold. I'm tired. Sometimes I did it after school. 6:30, all right, to 9 p.m. I was walking, miles. You see how our parents would say, oh, I walk miles to get to school. I walked miles through deserts, mountains, and fucking forests to try and find a job. Ooh, guys, you have to be determined. You really, really have to be determined. Yeah, because job searching ain't easy. It wasn't until I went on an app called Job Today was where I managed to get the job. But guys, for that 7 months that I was just employed, nothing, no money, guys, job searching is not for the weak. Us 16 to 25-year-olds, we're in a horrible position.
Why is it so hard to find a job in the UK right now? Oh my god. Bro, all I'm gonna say is, yeah, if you have a job that pays you, where you get regular shifts and all of that, please do not leave. Be grateful. Say Alhamdulillah. Because I promise you, there's people out there that would love to be in your position. As much as you might hate what you're doing, like you don't like the job, all of that stuff, bro, don't leave. Unless you've secured something else, then go. But other than that, bro, it is so hard to find a job. I promise you, there's guys that are applying for over 200 jobs. Nothing, bro. They're not even getting back to you. Nothing, bro. It's peak out here, bro. Please help me find a job.
Everybody knows the London job market is like actually diabolical. Here's my biggest tips as an Aussie who's moved over. If you're looking for your job or if you're moving to London. First thing I'll say that like doesn't take you long to realise is when people say that the job market is hard, it's when they're talking about like an actual job with a degree. And then even then, the majority of the time, it's people working in marketing that are struggling. But that's not to say that you'll get a job easily if you're not in marketing. I don't think we realise how many people move to London every single day, not just from like Australia, but literally everywhere and are looking for a source of income. So make sure you come over with plenty of cash to help you set up and just be settled. I was pretty lucky in that I was working as soon as I landed, but if I didn't have that pound earning straight away, I would have really struggled. So definitely consider that. I know a lot of people have to get like a casual job before they find their like big girl job. So like something in hospo or retail just to like start earning while they look for like the cool job. Because that's the other thing, like it's London. There are so many cool jobs here. And I've met so many people who have cool jobs and like work for just cool. Wow, I'm saying cool a lot. But like work for brands and you go like, oh my God, like that is so cool. Obviously, it's so much easier said than done, but you've just got to stick with it. At the end of the day, so many people struggle to get a job. Everybody does always end up getting a job, but good luck.
It's an employer's market right now, meaning they have the bargaining strength and the power to make decisions. There are more people looking for jobs than there are employers hiring. And I'm going to share some data, so stay with me because I want you to understand, and then also I want to give you the solution of what you can do to mitigate the risk of you staying out of a job for a long time. So if you're trying to get a job right now, stay. Okay, so problem number one, and I'm looking at my screen because I've wrote notes, right? I wrote notes. Like I take this stuff seriously, guys. Now, number one, huge application oversubscription. Many roles are receiving dozens to thousands of applicants. For example, right now, according to LinkedIn, roles and graduate roles are getting over 160 applications, right? Wow. Number two, platform flood. Now, because of AI and all of these other AI tools where you can just apply for jobs, not just one click apply, but you can apply for loads of roles, right? LinkedIn traffic and AI tooling has contributed to a surge, and recruiters call it an applicant tsunami. Number three, widespread resume dishonesty and exaggeration. Multiple surveys find large shares of job seekers admit to lying or stretching the truth on their CVs. Wow. Number four, according to the Financial Times and CBC News, 40 to 50% of candidates are using AI to craft applications. Like, I've written all of this down here, right, from in my Google Drive and in my Google document. But what I'm trying to say is this: it's tougher, but where there's a will, there's a way. Fortune also favors the brave. What I would recommend you to do, right, when you send out an application, go on LinkedIn and send a message to that hiring manager or that recruiter or both. No harm in doing it. It shows that you want to be seen, you are visible, and you want to be heard. The second thing you can do, you can use a cover letter, but you can also do things like sign up to the Career Guard, create your own profile, create a Skill Snaps profile. So you actually have a detailed profile that you can send over showcasing the portfolio of your work and your experience. Go and do it. It's free. Now, what I'll say, other things you can do, you can go to events, go to career insight days, go to events in your industry where you can meet people who are hiring, decision makers, budget holders. You need to do all these things right now. If you're struggling to get a job, this is what you need to do.
Guys, the future of the UK job market is cooked right now, and every student I speak to is kind of worried about it. I mean, I came across this Financial Times article, right, that graduate job listings in the UK have dropped massively since ChatGPT was launched, but let's be real, that's not really the whole story, right? I mean, I remember back in 2022 when ChatGPT was launched, within a month, right, everyone was kind of using it. I mean, coders were using it to debug, marketers were using it to draft campaigns, like students using it to write their essays as well. And even at work, I remember like slowly starting to use more and more AI as well. So yes, AI is changing the game, but it is not replacing graduates, at least not completely. What's really happening, guys, is that A, employers are tightening budgets because economic uncertainty has been rising, and B, companies kind of now expect graduates to show up ready-made, you know, with 12 internship experiences, a trade portfolio, and even like a 100K influencer personal brand in hand. I'm exaggerating, but you get the gist. What that means is, guys, your degree alone is no longer enough. You have to build skills outside the classroom. So internships, projects, freelancing. I mean, hell yeah, even build a LinkedIn presence, because that's going to matter somehow. And also like learn how to work with AI, not fear it, because the job market hasn't completely died. It just kind of evolved. And the students who adapt are the ones that are going to survive.
In this video, I'm going to explain exactly why the job market is so bad and what you can do to make sure it doesn't affect you. So the ISC released a report saying that about on average 140 applications per role were being submitted in the UK. That has been the highest in the last 30 years. So back in the 90s and the 2000s, the UK grad market was fantastic. because London was the capital for big corporate law, big finance, and big consulting. There were times where employers would go to universities to scout and headhunt candidates. Obviously, over time, that has now stopped. That's because this guy tried to do a massive push for young people to go to university. So much so that now the UK is one of the most overqualified countries in the world. So for the number of vacancies that are available, there's just way too many graduates. And the nail in the coffin is that majority of the grad jobs are available in London and South East only. That means if you're not willing to relocate, then you probably don't stand a chance. And on top of that, our economy has just been stagnating for a very long time. That means hiring plans and people budgets are now getting decreased. So there's more and more grads going into the job market, but there's less vacancies available. So if you got to the end of this video, this is exactly what I want you to do. I've created a community on Discord for UK grads who are looking to try and find a job. It's completely free to join with about 200 members, and I'm giving my personal advice on those channels. We also have a job tracker which basically finds the jobs for you, gives you the link and the deadline to apply. And we're doing weekly meetups as well. So if you want access to this, DM me the word Discord and I'll send it to you for free.
The job market in the UK is probably the worst it's ever been. I saw another brother on TikTok talking about how hard it actually has been applying for jobs, and 100% he's right. Like, a lot of us are in that boat right now. Like, we'll apply for 20 jobs one day, get rejected, 20 jobs the next day, you get rejected. You might get a few interviews here and there, but it's just like, you know, putting all your eggs in one basket because you're hoping on this one and it just doesn't go through. All this, unfortunately, thank you for applying emails. You know, I'm numb to all of them now. Like, honestly, it's just a tedious process. Inshallah, it gets better for all of us, you know, all of us that are applying and trying to get in a position where we can get what we're looking for. But damn, the market stinks right now.
Let's basically have a conversation about what is happening to the job market, because I'm really not finding it funny, like, anymore. Like, I apply for jobs here with NHS and I get interviews. And some of the jobs I've applied for, I go for interviews and I know that I slayed really well. I know that this job should be mine. I get there. When they call me back to give me feedback, they're telling me, oh, you were overconfident that we didn't offer you the job because you were overconfident, or you were so hyped. In my mind, I'm like, what are you saying? You're not even giving me a feedback that I scored lower than other people. You're telling me that I was overconfident. That's why I didn't get the job. Or the time I basically went for a job interview, this was like last week, guys, ignore this. Like, this was like last week. And they tell me that, oh, they would have offered me the job. The reason why they didn't offer me the job is that I need to have a driving license. In my mind, I'm like, you knew that I need to have a driving license for a job. You should put it on your job description. So I traveled all the way from London to, mind you, I'm applying for roles outside London, like 2 hours, 3 hours away from my house, paid transport fare to go to these job interviews for you to tell me that, oh, we're not taking you because you don't have a driving license. Why didn't you put it on your job description? Because if you had it there, I wouldn't have applied. These people are actually playing games with me. To me, yeah, what I have actually like realized that most of these jobs, they already know the people they want to give the job to, especially healthcare guys. Like, anything, like, they know the people they want to give the job to. The reason why they are putting out all this job out is just let it to not be like they did not do it equally. So they waste our time. We go there, put in so much effort for you to tell us that, oh, we're not getting the role because you're too confident, or you're not getting the role because you're too this one or that one. You guys.
Morning. So I've got this filter on because I think you can tell I look like trash. I haven't even washed this face. This is a crusty, musty face in my pajamas. But I've got to get up and get ready because I have not an interview, but a 15-minute chat. Woo. Honestly, at this point, I don't think I actually have any more fucks to give. Like, I get it if you're reaching out to a company and you're like, oh, I'm really interested, or maybe they didn't have any jobs, so you're like, oh, can I have a 15-minute chat? Like, I think that's really beneficial to reach out to people on LinkedIn and say, are you free for a little chat about this role, or are you free to chat about this company and like my skills and any networks, blah blah blah. Great advice to do that, I think. And you know, maybe some people reply, maybe some people don't. But when you go through the whole process of actually applying for a job that is available that you think you would be good for, and they come back with, yeah, okay, like, let's have a 15-minute chat. What is that about? What, like, it's not even an interview. So it's like, you have to chat with them. They're going to suss you out to see if you're good enough for an interview. Why not just extend it? Literally make it 20 minutes long, 25 minutes, 30 minutes long, and it's an interview. Like, I just don't understand, because honestly, like, I'm still prepping like it's an interview, you know. I've got my questions ready, you know, I've got my whole speech ready about what I do, my experiences. I've researched the company. Obviously I've researched the company because I applied for the job. So it's like, I'm still prepping like it's an interview, but it's only a 15-minute chat. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Honestly, I think companies just like to put you through the ringer. It's like, oh, let's have this chat. Oh, and then an interview. And then it's like, oh, just do this like spreadsheet for me, or this workload, or come up with some ideas, do a PowerPoint presentation, and then you go and then you present it. And it's like, there's just so many different levels. There's just so many different levels. I get it. You've got to find the right person, the right fit. But come on, the 15-minute chat, is it really necessary?
It's day, I don't even know, on a job search. I just want you guys to see that. It says, thank you for your interest in customer experience specialist, sales, whatever. We were fortunate to have received a high volume of applications, resulting in an extremely competitive candidate pool. We encourage you to keep looking. The interests align with the experience set. Thank you again. We wish you the best. Is this a no? You guys didn't even say like, oh, sorry, unfortunately not success. You guys just said, keep trying. What type of, oh my gosh. And don't think it's done either. There's never one a day. It's never one a day with these guys. With these job rejections, it is never one a day. Never on this earth. There is always 1, 2, 4, 5, 10 a day. A day.
Tell me why I have been waiting nearly 2 months to hear back from a job. Nearly 2 months. So I had my first interview on the 15th of July. I then got invited to go to an in-person interview on like the 22nd or something. I then had to wait a while for them to make a decision. I then had to keep waiting for them to make a decision. And then now I'm in this weird in-between stage where they said they want to give me the job, but they've got to like sort some stuff out first. And I'm now waiting for them to make a decision. I'm now waiting for them to call me and update me. I don't know if it's good news. I don't know if it's bad news. I really want the job. I really love the company. So I don't want to like shit on them, you know, but I just wanted to put this out there because it is so wild to me that like this has been 2 months. 2 months. It'll be 2 months in like a few days that I've been waiting. And you know when like you apply for a job, you try not to get your hopes up, because every single time I get my hopes up, I'm like, oh my god, I imagine myself going into the office, living in that place, like the type of work I'll be doing, my colleagues, like I'm a daydreamer, okay? And I live in my head too much, and I like to like think about these things too much. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that with this job, you know, like it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine if they let me know like after a week, you know, oh, we don't want you. But when it's been 2 months, your mind, your imagination, it just wanders. It really does. And it's been really hard to not get my hopes up. And I have been applying for other things in the meantime. I'm just not getting any luck. I don't know if anyone else has been in this situation. It's actually crazy. Like yeah, I don't know.
Let's be honest. Being an international student in the United Kingdom is one thing. But breaking into the UK job market, that's a whole different level of challenge. Meanwhile, guys, long video alert. But if you know that you're an international student, it will be worth sticking to watch this video to the end. So please watch the video to the end. So you have spent all that money. You have worked hard. You've earned a degree. For some, you are almost done. And now you are thinking, how do I stand out among thousands of graduates, particularly for one who isn't a homebody and visa status? Trust me, majority of international students who have landed themselves amazing job roles have been there, including myself. I came to this country as an international student, and today I am a lecturer. And I got into this lecturing position in my second year as a PhD student. So let me tell you what might work for you and what actually worked for me. If you take this advice, it might work for you. The first one, or the first tip, stop waiting until graduation. Start building experience early. The biggest mistake I see international students make, they wait until they have finished studying to start thinking about jobs. And please don't get me wrong here when I said they wait until, because some would come and get jobs, but they always get that job for survival. And there is nothing wrong with this. What I mean here is getting into a role that will earn you experience of what you are studying, or the industry, the sector that you would like to go in. When I came in, I started looking for roles in small colleges. I got about 2, but after many rejections. This experience shows your employer that you can strive in the UK work environment, and you've learned the workplace culture, and you have experience in that sector, that field that you are going into. So it shouldn't just be about getting survival roles. Start looking at sectors that has a high demand for your field and start mapping out your strategy. Check if they have part-time roles there. Follow the company on LinkedIn or people working there. Reach out to them to ask if they have internship position, voluntary roles. And let them know that you don't even mind to work as a volunteer to gain experience. So when you're about like 6 months to finishing, start looking for a role that will sponsor your visa. Intensify your search. You already know that the sector with a high demand for your course. Remember, you've started mapping and strategizing it. I know. Be very focused and flexible. Don't wait for your post-study to come, or you'll be deceiving yourself. Oh, post-study, that thing is 2 years. Before you close your eyes and open it, has gone out to law. The second one, networking. You see, networking can open doors for you in this country. Some of us has that mindset that, oh, it's only in Nigeria that connection works. It works here too. Oh. The only difference is that here, you must have what it takes. I know the word networking might sound a bit intimidating for some of us from the country that we are coming from and all, our confidence level and all. Please start attending university career event. It mustn't be in the city where you're studying. If it's in another city, pay money and go there. Train, boss. Go and speak to the speakers. Connect with them on LinkedIn. Build connections. But don't just build ordinary connections. Build relationship with people. Don't wait for people to approach you. You go and approach them. Introduce yourself confidently. Hi, my name is Iene. I am an international student. I'm studying in this university. I'm interested in the industry that you work with. It could be as simple as that. The next tip that I will give you, learn how to communicate your value, not your visa status. Too many international students lead with, will you sponsor me? Flip it around. Show them what you can bring to the table. Your perspective, your adaptability, your talent, your resilience. Some of us are very resilient. Employers like to see that. And your global outlook. Do that during the interview. Employers hire value, not visa wahala. What I mean is that don't be too quick to show them your limitation, which is your visa, at the interview. Communicate your value first to them. If you start by showing the visa issue, some companies will not even see your value again. And you know that majority of companies, if not all, prefer to hire people who already have their stay here. But once they see your value, that can just be a yes for you. The fourth one, this is important, guys. Tailor your CV and cover letter to the job role. You see, one size fits all kind of CV. It doesn't work like that here. UK recruiters can spot a copy and paste CV from miles away, depending on some kind of very professional jobs. Read the job description carefully. Use a UK style formatting and highlight your results in your CV, not just your duties. So if your CV keeps saying responsible for, replace it with achieved, delivered. Action verb wins job role faster. The next one, don't underestimate your soft skill. Communication, teamwork, critical thinking, problem solving, these are gold. You can build those ones through group projects, class presentation, the voluntary kind of job, the internship job, part-time. If you had one, show how you applied what you learned, not just what you studied, which is your degree. And finally, this is the most important, guys. Stay positive and persistent. Trust God, but do your part. It is not a walk in the park. You must be ready to make lots of sacrifice and be very intentional. Let me tell you something. Rejections will come, but don't let that deter you. Use each one as a feedback. You didn't come all the way to this country to play small. Show them what global talent looks like. So here's my challenge to you, international student. Go and update that CV. Send that application. Send message to that recruiter. Send a message to someone in that industry. Go and look at the industry that hires with your cause, your skills and all. Because confidence and strategy, that's what would win faster for you. That's what will make you stand out. So now, guys, what's that biggest struggle finding a job in the UK as an international student? Drop it in the comment section and tag someone who is an international student. They need to listen to this video. I remain your friend, Academic Baddie, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.
I quit teaching this year, and today's the first day that it's actually kind of sinking in. I would say throughout the whole of September, I've just felt like I was on half term. Like there was that lingering feeling of you're going back, when I'm not. And when I left, I thought I'll just get any old job to pay the bills. I kind of worked out what I needed month by month to keep us afloat, sort of thing. My lovely husband, I'm very grateful that he said to me, look, have a few months to get yourself on your feet, whatever. If you don't find a job straight away, it's not a big problem. And when I left, I was like, that'd be fine. I'll get another job straight away. And I can't lie, I've been pretty humbled by that process. I applied for like over 40, 50 jobs and just nothing has come back. And I guess the last time I went for a job was when I was a lot younger and I wasn't really bothered about like salary, stuff like that. I just kind of went for whatever sounded fun. So now as an adult, when you've got like a salary expectation, but you don't really have those skills, it's all well and good being like, oh, I've got transferable skills because I've wrangled like 30 kids in a room and got them all to play the glockenspiel at the same time. No one actually gives a shit about that in the world of work. Like, no one cares. They just want to know how many CRM systems or whatever you've managed, how much budget you've been in control of, whatever. And yeah, I decided that I would go freelance because I wasn't getting a job and I thought, I'll be a freelancer. I didn't really ever consider that because I never really knew what it was. I figured out what my kind of minimum day rate would be if I was freelancing or whatever. And it's funny, I found a way to make it work, really. I'm not saying that I'm flush in any way at all, but I am finding things to do that are paying my way. And it's a lot less stressful and I'm working a lot less hours. It's really started to sink in today. I think maybe because the weather's changed, it's a bit grey and drizzly outside. I feel like I've got over the fear now. I feel like I've got over the, oh shit, what have I done stage. Being a positive. Is anybody else in this position where you're kind of like, what the hell? Let me know.
The cheek of employers in London needs to be studied, okay? I went for a job interview for just a waitressing position, super chill, minimum wage, on the 12th of October, right? I'm not going to bait out the company and the exact location, but London waitressing, minimum wage, okay? And I got there, they said, get here at 3 p.m. I walked in, tell me why there's like 15 other girls. I'm 23, I just turned 23, and these other girls are maybe like 19, 18, like just starting uni. I looked around and I said to the girl next to me, is this a group interview? And she's like, don't think so. And I was like, yeah, neither. I've never done a group interview. The manager comes down the stairs and goes, we're just going to do this more of an open day, you know? Okay, where's the stands? Where's the freebies and things? No. The open day was we all sit downstairs in the restaurant. We were all told to come at 3 and we each go upstairs and get interviewed individually and then go straight home. Okay, so me and this girl, and like there was a few other people, but it's just one girl I was talking to, we sat there until 4 p.m. Literally didn't get interviewed until after 4 p.m. What a joke. Walked upstairs, the first thing he asks me, so what brings you here? I've sat downstairs for an hour and you're asking me what brings me here. I thought this is a joke already. Anyway, and then he's asking me, I've got some like management sort of experience. He's asking me only questions about this and I'm sat there thinking, I just want to be a waitress. Like I'm just applying for a waitress job, you know. And then he's going, well, you know, we've got a supervisor role. Are you interested in that? And I was like, well, I'm still interested in the waitressing one, but yeah, I guess. We did the whole interview, but I was asking quite a lot of questions and I don't know if maybe that put them off me. As I got up to leave, I said, will I hear back from you either way? And like, what time, like, what's the timing?
He said, yes, you'll hear back either way and you'll hear back midweek. So I did this on Sunday the 12th. I would have heard back mid last week. Nothing. I sent 2 emails asking for updates when it got to Sunday. I've been completely ignored. I just think like the cheek to drag everyone there at once, make me sit and wait an hour, interviewing for a role that I didn't apply for, and the pay is like 36p hour more. Like, it's not better pay, and the responsibility that you get doesn't seem to really add up. But it's just so cheeky. Then you're going to ignore all of my messages. I'm this close to walking in and actually just asking, like in person, like, hi, have you got my emails? But how am I going to go for a waitressing position? Do you think that I'm overqualified for a waitress? Question me on a supervisor role and then not even give me the supervisor role, but also not give me the waitress role? What?
Let's be honest, the British job market isn't competitive, it's cannibalistic. Because it's not survival of the fittest anymore, it's survival of the luckiest. Right now, there are over 1.4 million unemployed people in the UK, and nearly 1 million zero-hour contracts. The average wage has barely moved in 15 years, while the cost of living has more than doubled. And yet, the government keeps bragging about record employment. Yeah, if you count delivery gigs, 10-hour contracts, and people juggling 3 jobs just to survive. We've normalised burnout, we've glamorised overwork, and we've convinced an entire generation that struggle is character building, instead of a sign that the system's failed them. People are working full-time and still visiting food banks. Young people are told to get on the property ladder, but can't even get on the payslip ladder. And older workers, they're getting pushed out for being too experienced, code for too expensive. The truth is, the UK job market doesn't reward skill or loyalty anymore. It rewards cheapness and silence. That's why so many talented people are leaving, why productivity's tanking, and why morale is gone. So what needs to happen? Real wage reform, not just minimum wage increases that vanish under inflation. Ban unpaid internships, because work should mean pay, not exploitation. Fair hiring laws, stop ghosting applicants and start valuing people again. Invest in new industries, not just service jobs that trap people in debt. Because Britain can't keep pretending everything's fine while millions are exhausted, underpaid, and underemployed. This isn't about laziness, it's about leadership. We're not a nation of moaners, we're a nation of workers who've been failed. You've been watching Brit Rants, where we say what everyone's thinking while the politicians pretend it's fine. If you've been ghosted by jobs, underpaid, or just tired of trying to survive in a cooked system, subscribe, drop your rant in the comments, and share this video. Because this isn't just unemployment, it's broken Britain, and the system's running on fumes.